Hello, my name's Paula Bowles and I'm the illustrator of this book, We've Got Talent. And that means I drew all the pictures inside. Now the author is Hannah Whitty, and that means she wrote all the words. And it's published by Simon Schuster. Now this is Sam and this is Olivia, and they're both getting ready for their school play. But they don't really like the parts that they've been given. So they hatch a plan and decide to do their own thing. Now I'm going to show you how you can draw Sam and Olivia all by yourselves. Are you ready? Let's have a go. Hi again. So this is Sam and this is Olivia, and I'm going to show you how you can draw both of them using simplified shapes. Okay, so we'll start off with Olivia, and I'll put her there so you should be able to still see her while I draw. And what you're going to need is a pencil that you can easily rub out, and a rubber, and a pen, and some colouring pens and pencils. Okay, so we're going to start off with your pencil. Let's start with Olivia's head, which is a sort of half circle, semicircle shape. So I'm going to draw that in the middle with my pencil, very lightly. And then her body is a sort of square shape, so I'll just put that in there. And where her legs come down, there's two more little squares. And then her crown is almost like three triangles joined together. So let's draw that in the middle. We'll start off with the big triangle in the middle, and then two other triangles on the end. And her ears are sort of oblong shapes. So I'll just draw them on the end like that. Okay, and then her feet are almost like two more semicircles, aren't they? So let's draw them on the end. Two more semicircles or half circles. And then her arm on her hip looks a bit like a triangle coming out. So let's draw a triangle there. And her other arm is a bit like a long triangle sticking out like that. And then her sword, I'll just draw a line coming up like that. Okay, and her eyes are two big circles in the middle. And her nose is a triangle. Okay, I think we're ready to move to use our pen. So put your pencil down and pick up your pen. And we're going to go over those pencil lines with a more confident pen line. So let's start with her crown. And we're not going to go over all of those lines, but we'll just use it as a guide. So we'll go up and down, up and down, and up and down again. And then we'll join it up at the bottom. And she's got three little jewels on the end of her crown, which are little circles. So let's draw those on. And she's got four diamond shapes at the bottom. So we're just going to draw those in roughly as well. They don't have to be perfect. In fact, the more wonky the better, because it gives it a bit more character. And then we're going to go over her head, which is quite fluffy. So we're just going to use the semicircle pencil line as a guide for her fluffy fur. Then we're going to draw her ears. So we'll go over those pencil lines, like so. And then let's do her body, which is the big square shape with the little ones on the end. And then her boots, which are the semicircles, and then they just come up her leg a little bit as well. So let's draw those. This arm on her hip comes out like that in the triangle shape, and she's got a glove on. That's her elbow. It's coming down and she's making a fist on her hip, so we only really see her knuckles. So we just need to draw some little bumps for her knuckles there. And then her arm coming out. There's a little bit of arm, and then there's a glove with her hand on the end, and she's making another fist. So her thumb comes over her fingers, so you can't see all of her fingers, just her knuckles and her thumb. Okay, then her sword handle just comes over like that. It's got a little curly whirly decoration, and then it comes up. We're going to follow. I've gone off my guideline a little bit, but that doesn't matter. You can always use your pencil if you're worried and just draw the sword shape in lightly there as a guide, and then go over with your pen. There we go. We can draw little lines there to show that it's 3D. Let's do her belt. It's just 2 lines across her middle, and then a square for the buckle. And there's a little half circle to show the end of the belt, and some dots to show the holes in the belt. And let's do her eyes. So 2 big circles, follow those guidelines, and then she's got 2 dark dots in the middle for her eyeballs, and she's got eyebrows like that, and a triangle nose, and a little smile, so it's just a line straight down and then a curvy line for her smile. And she's got freckles on her cheeks and whiskers. Yeah, I think we are ready now to take your rubber and rub out those pencil lines, because now that we've drawn the pen, we don't need the pencil lines anymore because they were just there to guide us. So you can rub all of those out and it will leave the pen behind. Okay, now she's ready for you to colour in. So I'm going to start off by colouring in her pink little outfit. What else is pink? Her nose is pink, and she's got pink bits in her ears. Is anything else pink? And little jewels on the end of her crown. And she's got little pink cheeks as well. And now I'm going to colour in her boots, her gloves and her belt. And they're all black. And the handle of her sword is grey. And what colour is her crown? It's yellow, that's right. Let's colour that in. And if you want her to look like she's standing on the ground, you could take your pencil and put it on its side and just add a little bit of shading in at the bottom, so it looks like she's standing on the ground. You could even smudge that a little bit with your finger, so it looks a bit more shadowy. And I think that's it. There you go. Thanks for drawing along with Olivia. If you'd like to draw Sam next, stay tuned. Okay, so now we're going to draw Sam. We're going to do the same thing using our pencil first. So let's start off with Sam's head, which is a great big rectangle shape. There, let's draw a big rectangle in the middle. There we go. And his horn on the end of his nose is a sort of triangle shape. let's draw that triangle there. And his helmet is a sort of half circle shape coming over the corner of the rectangle. So let's draw a half circle there coming over the corner. Okay, and his body is another little square shape, and his big tutu is a big sort of oval shape. So let's just draw an oval shape there. And we can mark in where his legs come down as well. They're like little rectangles as well. So let's draw a little rectangle there, and another one coming out at the side. And his arms are little rectangles as well. Let's put our pencils down and pick up our pens. Let's start by drawing Sam's horn. So it's not quite a straight rectangle, it's got a curve to it. So let's draw a curve from one point to the other, and then it comes straight down and then joins up at the bottom. And then we'll draw his head. So there we go. You don't need to stick completely to the pencil line. Again, the more wonky the better, because then you get a bit more character. So you can draw up to the edge of that half circle, which is going to be his helmet. Okay, so let's draw the top of his helmet first. So follow that half circle line, and then the little bit at the bottom, the visor of the helmet, just comes out like two long straight lines and a little point on the end. And there's little gaps in the middle, so we can draw lots of little rectangles on the visor of the helmet. And then he's got a little feather sticking out the top, so he's going to draw with a line with a curly bit on the end, and then the feather comes out at the bottom like that and just follows the line to that curly point. And you can just draw some little lines in there to show the feathery bits. Okay, and there's some little lines on the helmet as well to show that it's 3D. There's some little bolts that hold it together. Okay, then we're going to draw his eyes, which are two big circles. And he's got two big dark eyes as well. Just there. And he's got nostrils, which are two little circles, and a little mouth. And then we're going to draw two lines coming down for his body. And then his arms. He's got a little bit of arm, and he's wearing gloves as well, like Olivia. So we'll draw a line straight down. And then the glove coming out, which is his hand. And then his other arm, line down. And his other hand. Okay, and then his tutu, just following that oval shape. You can draw lots of squiggles inside that oval. Okay, and then his legs come down. Remember, we drew those little rectangle shapes. So you can draw, he's standing on his toes there. You can draw the shoe shape, and then the ribbons that tie around his legs, and his other leg that comes out pointing his toes. Draw that shoe shape and the ribbons. There we go. We've forgotten to draw the star on his top. So let's just draw that star shape. It's got 4 points on it. There we go. And now put your pen down, pick up your rubber again and rub out those pencil lines. Okay, now we can colour him in. What colour is his top? It's orange, that's right. And what colour is the star on his top? It's yellow. And what colour is his tutu and his gloves and his shoes? That's right, it's pink. So let's colour those in. We've forgotten to colour in the feather on his hat. What colour is that? That's orange too, isn't it? Like his top. Okay, and his hat is a sort of dark grey black, isn't it? And his arms are black as well, aren't they? Okay, and his face is grey, isn't it? Now if you want, you could mix it up. Use your pencil again. Put it on its side and shade in his head. So you don't always have to use the same materials, you could mix it up a bit. I quite like the contrast of textures. So you've got quite solid colours with your pens, and then quite a light, soft colour with your pencils. And you could use your finger to smudge it a little bit as well to soften it even more. Okay, and on his horn he's got a little bit of shading as well. So let's put a little bit of pencil line there. You can smudge that again with your finger. And his legs are grey as well, so let's colour those in. And then to show that he's standing on the floor, you can just add a little bit there. And then add a bit more shadow as well. And you can use your finger to smudge that again. And if you like, to show that he's dancing and moving, you could add some movement lines, little dashes like that, to show that he's moving. Okay, thank you for drawing along with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the story, We've Got Talent. Thank you, bye bye.